I guess we can start. Judy will join us if she's
Oh,
not.
we've got a letter in, click it.
Okay.
Then
Okay. Yeah, it's here. Good.
Is John Schickel still on the?
No.
He's not. No.
John isn't in Mass.
Mike isn't.
Hi, Judy.
Hi,
How you doing, Judy?
I'm good.
All right. Okay, we'll bring the meeting to order. Got Ben Shampoo, Mary Longacre, Judy Deutsch, Charlie Palacci, and Dave Shampoo with Dale Gary as an advisor at the meeting today. Let's see. Has everybody had a chance to look at the agenda?
Have it. Can you?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of it.
I looked at it online, but.
Yeah.
do we have town council attending?
It doesn't look like it. I called Eric about it. I think she never got back. Because I mean, well, anyways, we'll get to that. All right, so do we have a motion on acceptance of the agenda?
Yeah, so moved.
Got a second? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, committee approval for the minutes of 9/21/23 and also way back in 3/8/21. We've all had a chance to look at that.
I don't know if I had the minutes from September and I was not part of the committee.
All
of
right,
March, so.
That's my copy of it.
Oh, this is the agenda.
No, that's the minutes. If you look at it, that's
Oh,
my,
so it's not- okay.
that's my rendition of the minutes. That's why I'm asking Charlie, who's a seasoned veteran with town bureaucracy to all right. Okay, so do we have a motion on the approval of the minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, second,
I'll second.
all in favor? Aye. Aye. All right. Got no announcements, public comment to be determined. I don't see anybody from the public here, so.
Oh, we have two people in the waiting room.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's see. Who that is. Okay,
Give them a minute.
okay. We kept them 12 for this.
The mic is off. Does it come on by mic?
It's on her end. She has to.
Yes.
Stephanie, if you can hear us, let us know that you're connected.
Yes, thanks. I can hear you all. Thank you.
Are you here for public comment or for one of the agenda items?
For the 126 Main Elm Tree update.
Okay,
Kevin Toss, can you say hello?
Kevin, you're muted. I don't know if you realize that.
Hi there. Sorry about that.
These are all the same.
And are you here for public comment or for one of the agenda items?
For the same as Stephanie for.
okay, very good.
Thank you for letting us know.
Okay. Well, let's move to the update. Since you're here, we won't waste your time. Let's update on 126 Main Street.
You and I met the other day, we looked at it, there's no more damage, we've been very careful. I stop and look pretty much every day to make sure they're not doing any more damage. I think with what has been done on the building, if there is no more damage to the street, it's gonna do fine.
One thing we did talk about was we got an email I got an email from Chip Stahl saying that they wanted to build a retaining wall. And I I didn't nix the idea, but I made them move the retaining wall from where they wanted to go like 10 feet off the tree. And I just felt that that was way too close. So where I've stipulated is about, I think I measured
17.
17 feet off the tree, which is essentially the edge of the excavation. So I think we're safe to allow that retaining wall. It's not going to be a very high retaining wall anyway. But you know, I think it's probably going to be a dry lake things. I don't think it'll require too much in the way of improvement.
Well, maybe can we, if that is something, maybe we can stipulate a gravel footing. And if it's the type of retaining wall that will keep dirt and whatever away from the trunk, I think that's advantageous, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
upslope.
Yeah.
But it should drain through, and it should not have a concrete footing probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was worried that they were, you know, because he was talking about getting that
And-
same guy
and
that did the
it's-
foundation over there to do the retaining wall.
So he's
As soon as I get the first frost, I'm gonna get in there and do some thinning just to kind of compromise with what the roots has lost. Give that canopy a little bit better chance to survive.
But so far it looks, everything I see about the tree looks good.
Everything is in good shape.
We have another person join us. Andrea, can you give us your last name?
Are you on mute?
no,
She's not muted.
I think she's having issues. That's my mother. That's Andrea Bradford.
Oh, okay, thank
All
you.
right.
So all in all, guys, as of right now, this tree is in pretty good shape.
I think, yeah, more than.
We're just concerned going into winter with some of the root exposure that we had seen, and we had documented. We have photos that we had sent around, you know, with some of the roots having been chopped off in the excavation, that there could just be not yet the damage showing, but the winter could be very harsh for the tree given how exposed it's been and sort of trampled with all the construction going on at 126 Main. We're just wondering if there's any sort of like escrow account that they could, some sort of repercussion way to, you know, incentivize the developer to not, you know, kill the tree, just so there's something, some sort of recourse in case the tree does not survive, because our fear is that you know, the fines are so minimal if they do kill the tree that they don't really have an incentive to protect it.
You know, the fines are so minuscule comparison to the value of the tree that we can levy at this point. That, you know, the town gives permission to build a house, you know, do a foundation. I mean, we run into this. I mean, we're talking about 10 York Street, the Catalpa there. I mean, it's like there's no communication between the departments, and it's so we're faced with doing backtracking like we're doing now to kind of mitigate what we can. And you know, I think we caught that where you are. I think we caught it in time, because I don't think there was any real major roots. I mean, they're good size, but you know,
and them are more anchor roots than feeder roots. So I think she will regenerate, and I'm going to suggest that they around the drip line heavily fertilize that area.
yeah. Well, they're supposed to. He's already contracted Bartlett-Tree to do just that. So I think they're going to be doing that probably this winter.
Yes.
Which is a good time to do it.
So monetary, you know, recourse or legal recourse, unfortunately, we don't have a lot, but I will say that you know, this builder, I know him, he definitely wants to do the right thing, and this is his reputation, and reputation is everything on Nantucket, you know, so he has a lot of eyes on this, you know, and I know that he wants to make sure that this tree survives as much as anybody.
Are escrow accounts ever used though in this context?
That I can,
No.
that I can recall.
No. There's a fine structure that's set forth by the state. That is sort of a maximum fine. We run into it in a lot of the town departments.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not in scale with
With the value.
with the value of a tree or of a wetland or of a, you know, pick your kind of department. But it can be, the biggest leverage is in permitting, you know, like in potentially getting your certificate of occupancy or getting a building permit in the first place. And, you know, that's more actively what we're trying to assure on projects like this going forward, is that we have some recourse in permitting and not necessarily a fine structure or money in escrow. We just don't have the legal language or mechanisms for it.
So in theory, if the tree does not survive, would the developer be able to develop where the tree was?
Go ahead, Dylan.
What was your question? I'm sorry.
In theory, if the tree does not survive all of this construction and the root cutting that happened, would the developer be able to develop on the land where the tree was? Because
We would definitely claim that space and do a replant.
okay,
We would definitely claim that space and do a replant.
Matt,
As far as my concern of this tree dying, she may stress a little bit, but she will recover. I can assure you. She may stress a little bit, but she will recover.
We've seen a lot of words.
And that was more damage to anchor roots than feeder roots. So, and they still have a good amount of feeder roots that's running through that area. I mean, I don't think you can find anybody get more upset about tree damage than me. And I'm comfortable with the health of this tree in the next 10, 15 years. And I monitor it every year from this day forward.
and so is there a way to make sure that steps are taken by the developer just to shore up the tree as we head into winter?
I mean, there's no way to shore a tree off that side. I mean, I have no issue with that tree being blown over or coming down in a storm.
Yeah, we've had some big blows here. I mean, the thing was just rock
I mean,
solid.
the tree is solid. I mean, I am not happy with the damage, but I am okay with whether this tree can fall or not. I am okay with that.
And because of the damage, have any fines been, even if they're really just symbolic because of how little they are compared to the incentive that the developer has for this project, have any been levied?
Yeah, we did levy, correct, Charlie? Has the fine been levied? Yet?
I'm not sure on this one, to be honest.
But that's, the builder's already agreed to pay the fine.
And is the fine something maybe that goes on record, is publicly available? I think it would, even if
Nothing's,
the developer wants to maintain a good reputation, I would think even if the amount of the fine is small, if it is something that is posted or could be, publicly found out, rather not just through attending these meetings, maybe there would be an incentive to protect the tree more.
I will get that information for you in the next meeting we have. I have the information of how we can deliver the fine has been paid.
Thank you.
Without a doubt, I would definitely do that.
but to my knowledge, it hasn't been levied at this point. All right, so.
I have a
Nope,
follow-up
go
on
ahead.
126. So after the last meeting, I went past there to be more familiar with it. And I don't have anything to disagree with your interpretation on that tree. but there is a tree out on the street.
Yeah, that's it, was it Zocco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I'm not the expert on tree health, so I've sent the pictures to.
I
David
did,
Dale.
I did get that, I forgot about sending that.
The broken branch,
Well, the trunk is really.
that has nothing to do with the contract.
That's what I'm saying. This
That
is
was,
not
that was
related
an
to the building. Yeah.
old landscape scar
Yeah.
that happened 5-7 years ago.
It looks like old damage.
Yes, it's old damage.
So is that tree healthy?
She's fine.
Okay.
It is unfortunate she planted on the wire. On that side of the street. Yep.
Okay,
Charlie, I'll send you the pictures if you want them for the minutes.
Sure.
okay, so let's move on. Town tree mapping, do we have
No
any?
update. I have not, Emily is out of the state right now.
Okay,
I did make some headway with a company that makes medallions. And I sent them the specs and the pictures. And they don't make something exactly like it that they sell, but they have contracted with a company that they work with to make them for us. I don't know what it's gonna cost yet. but-
Town is paying for it, so let's,
Yeah.
if we can get the ball rolling.
well, we need a purchase order, right?
Yeah, purchase
Sure.
order. So that's my question for you. How do I'll get an invoice from this.
We have to set up a buying order with them. They have to go through the process.
Okay.
So Charlie and I work on that. If you can text me or email me the information then.
Yeah.
And we have it over to Charlie or Mo.
Yeah, I don't have the invoice yet. It's still in process, but I will get that. As soon as I get it, I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, it's easy enough to, I can create a purchase order for that.
How many are we buying?
We did 1,000 of them.
That we go, and they're all numbered?
Yeah, so
1,000 from 1,000.
1,000, yeah, 1,000 to 2,000
Okay.
or something like that. I think you said we were at like 900. Or
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I did like 1,000 to 2,000.
I gave some because I decided the one that I had, I was like, why did you put them in these trees? So I went and took them all off. So I gained some more.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know them town trees. You know what I mean?
Speaking about town trees, have you taken, since we're on town tree mapping, have you taken over the maintenance of the airport trees?
I've always taken them. I just can never get in there.
Okay, fine, okay.
I've always taken.
But those are,
They-
those should get, well, not that we gotta worry about medallions, I know.
Yeah, but it's just me getting in there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, what I need to do, I need to basically get them to close section of the airport off.
Yeah.
And I can spend time in there, but it's just everywhere I want to get set up at.
Sure,
Everything is climbable. I don't need a bucket
Sure.
of that work. Everything is
Yeah, right,
climbable.
right.
But it's just never been able to get in.
Okay, good, I'm glad that, yeah, that's, because I think at one point, the airport trees were not your.
Yes, yeah, we got it. We got it.
But there are those medallions that you took off the school trees. I don't know if those numbers were already recorded and.
No, it was not recorded.
No.
It had not been recorded. Because I just marked them just,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
So, well, I could have had a V8 kind of a moment,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's, okay, so we just have to see when, when Emily's really the key on getting this.
Yes,
getting
yes,
this underway.
yes.
And how about Will? He's not.
He's supposed to be starting back to work Monday, but he's already working a couple days on, a couple days off.
Does he
But-
work for the DPW now or for
No, he's worked for
natural resources?
natural resources.
But
But Jeff is willing to let him help us out when he can.
Yeah.
Situation is right now with his housing situation. He's renting an apartment on the Cape, coming back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, so
And then
that's,
Emily Molden, she originally started this. So that's how it really got started.
Well, we just need to get access to the data, which I think, I don't even know where that lives. And
I will find out when, as soon as I talk to Will Monday. I get on top of that.
He's actually more the key than anything.
You got to quiet a few trees down.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a lot of trees.
yep, I did. Okay, good. continue the discussion on penalties, with town council, just change it a little.
I think we just need to, we need town council on this meeting.
Yeah, but there's something else I don't know.
Well, last time we were talking about, getting Erica to somehow set that up.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm
well,
going to-
I did the application, so the application has been, I sent it to Vanessa.
Did you
and
give
that's
it to
been
Drew?
for-
Drew got something too, didn't
he probably got it by way of Vanessa,
he?
because I
Okay,
sent it to Vanessa.
okay.
So that's all been done, but I have yet to hear whether he's gonna show up to any of this or not.
I mean, it might be something that, yeah, I don't know if it needs to be public hearing or if it can be, you know, somebody just getting the ball rolling to say.
But no, first thing
here's
is
where we're
that
at.
investigative capacity, what's our capability,
Yeah.
what can we do? We wouldn't do a public hearing until we have proposed regulations.
We need to get some kind of fear, though. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
There's no fear for $300.
Now, I remember what I wanted to say. Charlie, you accessed the Lexington Town tree regs the last meeting.
Yep.
And that's basically, you know, what I can see with their regulations is you're buying, you know, that whole thing that Rob
Rob was doing, yes.
Rob was doing, it was basically based on the Lexington regs. You know, trees worth so much, so you gotta buy so many trees but I mean, to me, you know, it just invites somebody to cut down a tree.
Yeah,
Right.
we're
You know,
not, there's
I mean,
money.
it doesn't make any sense.
Well, you only invite them to cut down trees with unreputable companies.
Yeah.
You know, Butler's not gonna do nothing like that. With my trust in
I know.
family, he's not gonna do that.
Nope,
I
I'm
mean, there's
hoping-
always somebody.
I'm hoping Green Tree won't do that. I mean, just
Yeah.
like out in Wisconsin the other day, I mean, or Iski Center little house.
Yeah.
You ought to see the custom that Hispanic guys cut in the cherry trees on the outside.
yeah, I saw
Because the
that.
homeowner told them to cut it,
Yep, because they were moving the house,
you know.
moving the house down Sankey.
No,
down.
no, I'm
down-
talking about Iski Center's house.
That's what I mean, it's
They moved it.
Wisconsin.
So they
No,
moved it.
they were moving a house onto a property past Iski's. That's why they cut all the trees on the road.
When did this happen?
Oh, probably a year ago.
No, this is brand new.
Oh, brand new,
This
okay.
is, they redoing Iski house right now.
Oh, okay.
He had landscapers in.
Well, that got sold to somebody.
Yes,
Not-
whoever the guy is that bought,
Not anybody in the Santos.
that, he told him to cut all the trees in the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
And the problem I have is, I mean, if you're making good cuts in trees, you can do a bad job and they don't bother you. But you can't do a bad job with bad cuts.
Right.
You know,
For sure.
so, and they just hack them cherry trees back, they cut the collar off, there's no collar to heal on that.
Yeah,
Flush
no,
cut.
it's okay.
Yes, but-
Flush cut.
the collar.
Well, yeah, no, but your point about giving somebody, a way to pay for a town tree that they cut down by, you know, any number of people that are sort of homeowners out here, they have plenty of money to plant 20 trees if they have something, you know.
Yeah, but they're gonna plant 20 trees that they, even though they cut down a town tree, they're gonna plant 20 trees that they claim.
Right, I'm just saying. you
It
know,
just invites.
Yeah, it's just, I think that we need teeth and both ends, you know, just to say. Can't touch a town tree, period. And, you know, I mean, I just,
And we gotta establish perimeters, a perimeter around the tree to make sure that there's nothing built.
But
around-
again, we
around that
gotta
perimeter.
go back to getting whoever's downtown to reach out to this office to say, before we even start, would you go in the law?
Yeah, well, we're getting traction, I think we're getting traction with the HDC. There was something I got, from. It was somebody that was before the HDC and they wanted my advice on whether it was a town tree or not.
Yeah,
That was
right.
a problem. Yeah, I just will give it.
I mean, if there was somebody, it almost just needs to be it just needs to be an updated checklist on the HCC checklist, you know, it's like you have your 8x10, 5 sets. Do you have your do you have your, do you have you cleared town tree, whatever.
Right,
Do you have a town tree, yes, no, whatever.
And how close are those trees to the?
I mean, just to be able to say, is there a town tree on your property, and yes, no.
Yep.
Just to ask the question, be able to,
Well, this is what I was, they should have a vegetative map that, a map of the vegetation on the property. On or near the property.
so oftentimes, and I know this from just being HCC, a lot of times those are omitted, like the elms on, across from the fire station.
Yeah.
Those weren't even on the plan.
Yeah.
They didn't even put them on there.
But they on the list.
Huh?
They on the tree list.
Right, but they weren't on the
Oh, yes.
plan that went to
HDC.
I think it's zoning first.
Yep. Right.
And I haven't heard anything about that.
Right.
And really, that's, we've got to.
So it just needs to be, we gotta get ahead of it a little bit. And I mean, when I talked to Ray Cole about it, and he said it'd be great if you had somebody that could look at the applications and let us know. And I said, yeah, that would be great. Who would possibly have the time to do that? I don't. To look at every application and see if there's a country, nobody
Particularly
does.
if there's no vegetation shown on the plan, what are you looking at?
Well, no, I mean, you're saying, I don't know, whatever, you're looking at 5 York Street.
If they could
and
give
you
us,
say,
if they
okay,
could
is there
give us
something-
addresses, that would be good,
What we gotta do, I mean, even though the fine is small, we have to follow with the fine.
Yeah.
Until we can get bigger.
Yeah,
We
right.
have to follow up. I mean, threatening the kid that if you don't eat your dinner, you'll get ice cream, and then give him ice cream anyway, we get nowhere.
Yeah, I think anytime something happens, a fine needs to be levied. We don't.
And we can probably put that money to buy new trees.
You don't have to contemplate it. It's just automatic.
We can have them donate the money to Craig and we can just go get the money. I mean, we don't have to touch the money at all.
Dave, what's the status of the old tree fund?
I've given Craig, I think I gave Craig the check,
Who's Craig?
Craig Benny, Surfing Hydrangea.
Oh,
So he's got that on file, but for town trees.
Yes.
And I used to get an update from time to time, but I haven't lately.
Yeah.
It was just, you haven't used it, I don't think, because you haven't planted any
I'm
trees.
planting the tree.
I think we still got more. I have a check someplace in my desk.
well, it's not gonna be a good rest day.
Yeah, I know, but it's not that much. It's not, the one that I gave Craig was 10,000. And there wasn't much left after that. But Terry gave me the check, just pass along, he'd sign it.
Who's Jerry?
Terry.
Very fine.
I know. How's Terry doing? Have you heard?
I'm not saying it hurt from Terry.
Yeah. See, continuing, okay, here's another thing about penalties for, I got an anonymous letter from some guy that said he was a
An arborist,
an art, no, he was a seasonal landscaper here that was approached by the character that owns 43 Union Street with the big elm.
43 Union. Yep.
And he wants to, he tried to contract this guy, he didn't say his name, just an anonymous letter that came to my house, and he wanted this guy to dig 2 big holes in the yard. So we gotta keep an eye on him. And he said he didn't care what we thought. This is what he told me in the letter. He said that the owner didn't care what we thought about it, that he was gonna do it anyway. I should have brought the letter.
Can we get a stop work order in that kind of circumstance where you see somebody doing something?
Again, going back, he's got HDC approval to build this stupid thing in his property. And I mean, it's a ridiculous thing. This is not much bigger than a dollhouse. And,
The one with the covenant law?
no, that's okay. She's backed off because she could get a covenant.
Yeah.
And I think that's resolved. But it's just going towards to the left there. It's 43 and it's a big yellow. And and he's intent on building this thing on helicoils. And he wanted to do some test digging and we didn't, said no way. After seeing what the helicoils look like, I mean.
Well,
like
the good thing about what he did compared to what was done at 26 Main Street, we saw his plan.
Yeah.
We got a chance to see his plan, so we had a chance to say no. All of a sudden at 126 Main Street, they had already done the hole when I found out the damage was done.
Yeah, well, that in all things being equal, that should have had piles of what the sheathing
Yes,
to protect,
Right.
Where they could do it and do the minimum damage to the
Damage, yeah.
roots. If you can just drive that right down, it's gonna cut any of the smaller roots and it's not gonna do any damage. But it was an overdig.
yes.
Because the guy did the job was not.
Well, the guy that did the digging was really not a very good tree. It's a guy that moved houses out in a wheelchair. One arm.
Yeah.
It was him that.
Oh, I know who did it.
It was him, his guys who did the foundation.
I know. And we didn't, it was done, Chip was away when that happened, so.
Yeah. But somehow
Anyway,
I need to get a phone call from somebody to go and look and see if there's a town tree, and then we can kind of play with what we're willing to give them or not give them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dan, have you signed up for the HDC notification?
No, I have not signed up for this.
Because at least that tells you every time they post an agenda and then you can look at the agenda.
I will get that tomorrow.
I think that would be a good thing, so you got a heads up on,
Yeah.
I mean, you can discount most of the stuff that's on it
Yeah.
because it's out in the hinterland
Yeah.
someplace, but for a pool.
Like, I mean, right now I'm worried about Atlantic Avenue, that big M in Atlantic Avenue.
So I have a follow-up on Atlantic Avenue when we get to new business.
Okay. Because I did bring that today. I got to the office and brought that to their attention.
Okay, yeah, I'll wait till you bring it up there.
Okay, all right, let's see, okay, we can move on. Update on 10 York Street, we've given permission to Bartlett Tree to prune that catalpa
At the owner's expense.
at the owner's expense.
At their own expense.
They've done some utility installations, just one thing after another on that piece of property. It's ridiculous. We'll see what
And
happens.
then they're gonna hire Bartlett to prune the ginkgo in back.
Okay, good. Not that was in good shape. I mean,
I mean, ginkgo wasn't in bad shape.
yeah, I was amazed that there was so few roots from that ginkgo
Yeah,
when they dug the hole.
Yeah.
There was, all the roots are going the other way.
it was not in bad shape at all.
No, wasn't bad.
No concern.
All right, okay. All right, I think we covered that. Southern pine beetle update.
I am meeting with Nick tomorrow.
All right, you told me that Sam backed out.
Sam backed out. Toscano was going in there yesterday.
Okay, are they bringing their grinder out?
They're bringing their grinder. I don't know what they're bringing up.
I hope they're bringing their grinder.
Sam did
We'll
a
find
lot
out.
of chips. Sam brought like 5 truckloads out of it.
Chips.
Yes, full chips.
Oh,
Like
so maybe
five.
they did bring their grinder out
Sam did a lot of work at that one day.
there. Oh, he did?
Yes,
Oh,
he
good.
did do
good.
some work, but he told him he
Oh,
couldn't.
excellent.
I mean,
He
he
couldn't do everything,
couldn't do it.
but good. Oh,
He brought a ton. He got a mountain of chips he brought out of there.
excellent. I think we should leave the chips there.
I'm gonna meet with Nick.
Yeah, good.
Tomorrow, because I have not seen it, and I've not met Nick. I'm gonna meet with him tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
And
Good.
find out how
Good, you
fast, how aggressive this thing is moving across.
Have you been out there and like it all? Mary, have you been out? It's, the road's close, you. hard to
It
miss.
look, from what I'm gathering, look like a
It's,
bomb.
it did look like a bomb went off.
So did Foundation cut the trees and
Bartlett's cut them,
Bartlett's cut them?
Bartlett cut a big ton of them, Sam dropped 20, 30 of them.
And the foundation's been moving it around with their JCB,
Okay.
you know, piling them up.
Yeah, but I mean,
disposal.
they should be buried as soon as they're buried or.
Well, they, with Sam's thing or Toscana's brush machine, you know, brush.
Yeah, they get that brush out, they're gonna, while it's on the ground, just come run over. Put them together, not that chipper, because they gotta be cut at a certain length before they can even touch them with chipping wise.
Right.
They gonna grind them on the ground.
Huh, interesting.
They forestry cutter.
Oh, okay,
They got a big forestry cutter.
okay, cool.
From what I've gathered, I'll have more information tomorrow, guys.
Now,
I'm meeting with Nick tomorrow.
the Conservation Foundation's been trapping the beetle, and they found the beetle everywhere out here. Everywhere where they put traps out,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow.
Everywhere. So they took the traps down, because it was, you know, with the pheromones, it was just attractive,
Wow.
but so far, nothing,
Nothing else has been affected as of yet that I've seen.
I've been monitoring the one, you know, we have our pines sprayed for turpentine beetle
Turpentine beetle, yes.
and pine tit moth, and you know, places that people are doing that, I think, because this beetle has to be controlled probably by the same chemicals.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's just that it's not a.
It's just non-native to Nantucket, it's no.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's not a.
It's not probably something you want to do.
Yeah, no, it's not something that you can do to our. I mean, to the whole island.
But anyway, it's
But so
that's what I have.
It's maybe not contained to those stands, we're saying. All right, well, I think we'll just have to see what kind of evidence pops up and.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
what are they saying? A healthy, vigorously growing tree can stave them off or no?
It seems that way. Some of these, I mean, but who knows?
But
Because
turpentine
these were
is
all really healthy pines that were out in Ram's Patch. You know,
Were they, is it pitch pine or?
it's pitch pine.
We don't have many black pines on Nantucket.
No, but they affect black pines too.
Yeah, I'm just,
But
yeah.
I mean, they've been dying, you know, turpentine beetle's done that whole scene.
I see it every single day.
Well, that's, yeah, it's a.
It's something, it's scary, but you know, I mean, we
Typically, a,
turpentine beetle affects pitch pine as well, so.
Aggressively.
But I think the healthier the tree, the better it is. And I think the age had something to do with it. I mean, that stand there was some old trees in there. There was one over like 150 years old. There was some that they found in the rings.
okay, well, so it's good. Have to kind of see how it plays out, I guess.
But once they colonized in that tree, you know, then they move to another. They have this brood that
Right, I mean,
once they
I think it's
done
a
the damage.
population. It moves. It's how. It's a population sort of threshold that you gotta keep.
Yeah.
You know, keep below, and maybe that is going forward is the management strategy. If there's a real bad infestation, like sections might have to be cordoned off or something.
The vineyard they have an infestation
Is that right?
in the state forest.
Hmm.
I mean, it's in
White.
three different
Is
areas.
there white pine?
There's white pine in there, but it doesn't affect the white pine as badly. But there is pitch pine, and there might be some.
If they ever get into the oak trees, they got problems. If they ever get an oak tree problem.
Yeah, well,
They had that with a centipede wasp over the black oaks.
Yeah, the black oaks, yeah.
that kind of went the other way.
Well, there was like a population, there was a big boom and then it crashed.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of maybe hopefully what will happen.
But that's a southern insect as well, right? The wasp, that
Um,
wasp.
Yeah, probably. I don't know where
Yeah.
where it originated. I think it's European.
Anyway, it'll be when you meet with, you'll be.
I meet with Nick tomorrow.
It'll be an eye opener
Yeah,
for you.
okay.
All right, Mary, you had some new business. Yep.
Yeah, so I have an idea on there's at least two big elms on Atlantica, on the eastern side.
Yep.
And at least one of them, there's a well-trod path around the elm. It's, well, because the elm completely blocks the sidewalk.
So, yep.
And I think maybe on the other one, but I didn't look. But what I'd like to ask town council, is there a way for the town to get an easement to actually make that the official sidewalk
And they
going
can't-
around the elm?
Yeah,
You know, from the private property owner. And I was thinking of this because that one property just sold, and I went and looked at it. And, you know, if they build in the existing footprint of the house, there's still room for this path.
Sure.
You know, so let's take the opportunity, if we can, to say, okay, that is the official path. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
so
You
the,
can't
the,
build
the
on
only,
this.
the only thing, my only fear is they're gonna put a foundation under the house most likely. And then anytime there's a foundation, there's always that 10-foot over there.
And it's smack dab right on the street. So I mean, they're gonna, my way of, and it's got no foundation, so the roots are under that house. I mean, that elm's gonna be devastated.
Yeah, because it's got the street on the one side. And
It's
then,
got the street, I mean, the roots are in the street too,
Yeah.
but I'm sure that, I mean, it's just like the houses along, that I've seen in, along Orange Street with the houses right there with, in fact, fairly new trees that we planted back
Yeah.
when we did the.
1980s.
Are covered the basement, one house I looked at. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Well, so what's the answer? I mean, can we say, based on, you know, the root spread that, you know, you can't
Well,
lay a foundation here?
At the start, the minimum we should do is write a letter to the planning board saying, these are considerations. You know, I don't know if it's the planning board or the building department, you know, what, depending on what they're trying to do there. But these are the considerations that need to be attached as conditions.
Yep.
On the building permit.
Mhm.
You know, or on the excavation permit, or whatever permit it is, demolition permit. You know, that a certain grace period or grace area has to be protected to
Yep,
keep the
right.
trees.
Right, so they keep coming back to, well, we need a map. And we say, yes, we need a map too.
Yeah.
But,
Well, but since we don't-
Almost, I'll work for now.
right, exactly.
Time.
I know, right,
Yeah,
it has to be a case by case, and which means that the question needs to be asked either on the application or in person, or, because everybody has to go to, you know, zoning, and everybody has to go to the HDC, and the town boards can just say simply, is there a town tree here?
So I did talk to Leslie Snell, and she was reluctant to sort of cross-departmentalize.
I got
It's
nowhere
kicking the
with
can
it.
down the road, it's just,
I
it's
got
like
nowhere with it.
this, it's so frustrating, you're like, you know what? Don't give me a runaround, nobody wants to
Nobody wants to add to their plate.
That's about benefit. If it don't benefit me, I don't want to cross the line.
yeah, it's just, there's so much, you know,
There's no help there, you know.
so, but I think we have to demand it.
Yes.
Um,
Well, let's,
And if it means that we need to write in that, just like you need HDC approval, you need,
Well, the
Tree-
reason I wanted to
tree
talk to
advisory
town
board.
council is there is a concept in the legal, and I'm not a lawyer. But, you know, the fact that the public has used something for some amount of time.
adverse possession.
Yeah, thank you. You know, can we use that in this case to establish a sidewalk? Where everybody is already using that space as a sidewalk?
Yeah.
And that would push setbacks back, or that would, you know, provide extra
Especially
protection.
when there's a historical tree like that,
Yeah.
the one we talked
Yeah.
about.
Well, I think, number one, we gotta monitor what's happening at that, in order to protect the tree.
Well, nothing's gonna happen there until they've gotten permission.
Yeah.
So it's too late if we're just looking at at the streetscape. So we need a letter to the planning board.
Is this project approved already?
I don't know.
idea what's going on.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So, and why are you concerned because it's transferred or
It's house has sold, house just sold.
the house just sold? Okay, so I would say that one needs to definitely be red flagged at the.
Because there's probably gonna be, I'm sure they're gonna wanna build right, but there is still setback going on there. You know. I
Well,
don't know
yeah,
what
but
the setback
if you're
is.
grandfathered in
Right.
to,
Until they can build in the original.
right,
footprint.
exactly.
Which isn't that bad, except for
Yeah,
your point
but
about
Well,
spacing.
It's the over there.
Yeah, the same footprint is the footprint, but it also it doesn't, I mean, people like you're saying, Dale, they're also gonna go down, which
Yeah.
that's the
You know,
problem.
if they are allowed to build on where the house is now, they would have to sheathe that straight down, so they can, but there's no way, I think they'd have to set it back anyway, because there's no way, being so close to the street, that they'd be able to do any kind of digging like this.
Well, I'm gonna stop up at 2 Fairgrounds tomorrow.
I gotta get to 4 o'clock.
Gonna get ball, gonna get ball.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll see you there.
okay, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys.
Did
Okay,
we lose
thanks,
a
Bill.
quorum when then?
Do you lose one? Charlie? That's 3 out.
Is Charlie an actual member? Or
Yeah,
is he-
Charlie is, he's the DPW rep.
Well, that's not the same.
It's,
Yeah,
you,
okay.
I think,
If we're close, if we're close.
I think we're almost done.
Yeah.
We're almost done.
So let's just.
Anything I need to talk about right now is the Mrs. Fisher Street need to come down.
Okay,
The honey locust that is in terrible shape. There's no way of saving it. If I'm taking one down, I think we should take them both down because both of them is in terrible shape. She would like to have them replant. And that honey,
Is it on the
and
end of Orange Street?
yes.
Yeah.
In that terrible shape. And
yeah,
talk
one
about,
half of the tree already came down and the other one is.
Yeah, that's.
oh, you saw, I sent you the pictures of all the
Yes, yes.
splits and cracks and then the very bad shaped ash in Wisconsin by the casino.
Which also lost a huge, it almost killed, it could have killed somebody.
Could have killed 10 people.
Yeah, and there was a big wedding there so that one's gotta go.
So,
I know.
Yeah, it's right there.
so I started taking weight out of it just until I can get in
I
there.
saw that you had worked. on it.
Yes, I taken some weight out of it, I got it a little bit
I mean,
more.
that's scary. There are a bunch of ash trees out there that are in bad shape, kind of bad shape, right?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
through
yeah.
Wisconsin.
Only thing I'm gonna need help with is what's gonna be the right tree to plant. I'm leaning toward elm tree. I definitely don't want London plane because of all the problems.
I think you want something upright there that, because you're gonna be growing the canopy.
Well, elm is gonna be the way to go.
Elm or,
I don't want a sweet though unless I can find one
Yeah.
that's not dropping berries.
or even like a
But I reach out,
red maple, like a.
I'm not.
Yeah, an elm would be, I mean, there's an elm just down the street, so that'd be
There's
great.
two,
Yeah,
two
two,
of
right.
them, two of them right down the street. One is
Okay,
a hybrid, one is an American.
all right, good. All right, so we get a motion for adjournment,
Yes, so moved.
Second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thanks,
see you
guys.
next time.
I'll see you up at Jack's.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Guys, it's nice seeing you again. Dave?
Yep, yeah, thank you.
Hey, Dave.
Why don't you can draft a letter with your ideas on that, and then we can,
So they.
I can maybe have Vanessa type it up on the stationery, and we'll all sign it.
Computer's slow again.